Yes, good morning everyone, students. So today we are going to start fourth unit, and in fourth unit we are going to study about there are forms of lesson plan according to Herbert, and then evaluation approach based, and then NCERT approach based. So these are the three types of forms of lesson plans that in BA teacher training you have to learn how they are formed and what is their motto. So different lesson plans according to different models. So first of all, today we are going to study about Herbertian based lesson plan. Let me share my screen with you. Yes, please. Please confirm if you can see the screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so we are going to study about Herbertian model. Herbertian model is actually based upon very renowned scholar Johann, sometimes it is Johann Frederick Herbert, who was born in 1776. Uh, who is entering now? 1776 in Oldenburg, North Germany. So basically, he belonged from Germany, and he created a beautiful model of lesson plan, and which was actually belonged to uh, teaching not only English. It is all about other subjects also. So but we have to be very much particular about the English language, as we are going to cover all the four devices in that. So let's first of all discuss what is his theory about his model. So he was a German philosopher and psychologist, and he was very much actually enthusiastic to develop something which is actually based upon moral values also. Okay, so education, he thought, is the method by which a society gets from generation to the next. It is not like that we are just keeping the education with ourselves, and we are not getting it to others also, and we are not passing it, we are not transferring it. Okay, are you getting, students? Are you listening?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So interest develops, according to him, interest develops when already strong and vivid ideas are hospitable towards new ones. Thus, past occasions motivate appreciation of current ones. So, whatever we are teaching to our students, it depends that how much we have taught them, and in what way we have taught them, so that their future, and in future how they are motivated to appreciate their own past learning knowledge. Okay, so this is something related to previous knowledge done in a beautiful way. So it's all about that. So before I start, I want to ask one thing from all of you. What do you think is the importance of previous knowledge when we start lesson planning? What is the importance of previous knowledge? Yes, any one of you?
Ma'am, maybe it will develop an idea inside the head of the learner, like, and they will remember the concept better.
Anyone
मैम
else, please?
मैम मे बी टू नो कि बच्चों को कितनी नॉलेज है और हमें कहाँ से फिर उन्हें शुरू करना है, कहाँ से नॉलेज और देनी है.
Yes, of course. I think today Vinod is also in my class.
Yes, ma'am.
Vinod, where were you, beta?
Uh,
You are coming after a long time. You have missed so
yes, ma'am.
many classes, so many classes.
Yes, yes, I know.
Why?
Because I was busy in my another works, so I did not attend the classes.
Are you all right? Your family members are all right?
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely, we are all right.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, so
So,
please answer.
yes. Uh, Previous knowledge, first of all, we must understand what is previous knowledge. When we plan lesson plan, previous knowledge as per students, previous knowledge is all about the students has gone through, the students has been learned into their family or into their previous classes. So a teacher always connect his upcoming lessons with the previous knowledge. So it is easy for a teacher
Hmm.
to deliver his lesson, to deliver the teaching. It is so there is a coordination between when a teacher plan a lesson before students. So he always try to connect with the past knowledge of students, because students will get will learn easily, and they are also connected with the past knowledge, so they will learn easily the new things what the student whatsoever the teacher is going to deliver.
Okay, good. So, we are talking today about Herbartianism, or what is in Herbert lesson planning. So, it is just understand it in that way that it is an educational philosophy, or it is a movement or a method which is actually based on the educational and pedagogical thought of German educator Johann Friedrich Herbert. Please remember the name who gave this form of lesson plan, Johann Friedrich Herbert, an influential on American school pedagogy of the late 19th century. He worked upon its students, and Herbert advocated for instruction that introduced new ideas in discrete steps. He introduced some discrete steps, and he believed that new ideas, when properly presented to the students, become linked existing ideas and form a system of associated ideas. So he's also known as father of scientific pedagogy. Remember who is known as father of scientific pedagogy? He is Johann Friedrich Herbert. So about a quarter century after his death, Herbert's ideas were expanded in two German schools of thought that were later embodied in the method used at a practice school, which actually attracted the educationists from the United States also. And Herbartianism was later replaced by new pedagogies such as those of John Dewey. So all his theories were replaced by John Dewey, but we cannot forget his basic theories, which are still very, very useful. Actually, Herbartianism, what we are talking about, was used most often in adolescent instruction, in teaching those who are in adolescent age, and was greatly influenced on American school pedagogy in the 19th century. And students, Herbert believed in maintaining the integrity of a student's individuality for as long as possible during the education process, as well as an emphasis on moral training. So I told you that he was emphasizing on the moral education. So Herbert is associated with this term moral education also. So he wanted that possible training should also be given. Who is Rajat Chaudhary? Is he from your class?
Yes,
Rajat?
ma'am, but he is not from English, ma'am. उसके पास English शायद नहीं है, ma'am.
नहीं है ना, मुझे भी ऐसा याद है. Okay, I'm not entering him then. Okay, so this is about something very introductory sort of from Herbert. So now let's discuss what the steps were given by Herbert from what we call Herbertian lesson plans. So basically he gave us 5 steps. First, you can see preparation or introduction. Then secondly, he gave statement of aim, and then presentation, recapitulation, and then application. So these are the 5 steps which you must remember when you are studying about Harpersian lesson plan form. So this is something that students actually step by step you must include in your learning memories. So let's learn one by one. Now I'm not going to give you details what in this one particular step, but I'm just going to give you something that is related to the few questions which are based on Herbartian lesson plans forms and its individual steps one by one. So let's see when it is about preparation, introduction part, how it is. So preparation and introduction part, of course, it is related to see some of the things are here. Now see, you can just read these questions. Yes, please, Mayur, read these questions for me, please.
Yes, ma'am. Did the student teacher prepare pupils to receive new knowledge?
And
Did the
please,
student
rest of the students, please go slowly. Rest of the students start thinking upon these questions. Okay, so I'm just going to teach you from like questioning technique. Yes, please, Mayur.
Yes, ma'am. And did the student teacher arouse the previous knowledge of the pupils? Did the student teacher introduce the topic briefly? Did the student teacher stimulate the curiosity of the pupils? Did the student teacher correlate the introduction with the lesson?
Yes, please. Rajat Chaudhary, he has entered in my class. Rajat Chaudhary. Rajat Chaudhary. Rajat Chaudhary. Do you have English? You have entered in my class. Rajat Chaudhary. मतलब दो फोन से इसने एंट्री लिया है एंड नाउ ही इज नॉट स्पीकिंग. अब चले गए हैं सर जनाब. चलिए. So did the student teacher prepare pupils to receive new knowledge? This is very basic question that you must understand, that student teacher, it's about you. It's about prospective teachers. You are student teachers. You are not alone students. You are teachers also. So student teachers prepare pupils to receive new knowledge. When I'm going in my class, did I interacted something very interesting with them? Did I prepare them mentally to learn something new? So this is the question being asked from a student teacher when we are discussing the lesson plan form of Herbert. So it is something you create their interest. So prepare them that I'm going to give you new knowledge and you have to be prepared accordingly. Then next question is, did the student teacher arouse the previous knowledge of the pupils? We always consider this thing very, very important, that previous knowledge has an important role when we are going to start the next one, because that is the base. We are going to teach students directly B for ball and not teaching A for apple, or not reminding that. That is the basic thing. So this wouldn't be a complete set of knowledge. So if we want to give complete set of knowledge, interesting set of knowledge, and so we have to go to the previous knowledge definitely. आप लोगों को याद होगा कि एनसीईआरटी की बुक्स में भी पहले बुक्स शुरू होने से पहले रिवीजन वर्क और दोहरान कार्य ऐसे चैप्टर्स दिए हुए होते हैं. डू यू रिमेम्बर और नॉट?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, of course, because you have to be connected with the previous knowledge what you have learned earlier. Then her question in this first step is about, did the student teacher introduce topic briefly? Whatever you are going to teach, you have to just give a little introduction about that topic, that today I'm going to teach you about this briefly. So this includes your introductory questions as well as the statement of aim. Are you understanding? We are covering that step in our lesson plan. So which is given by Herbert. So did the student teacher stimulate the curiosity of the pupils? How much I am able to develop your curiosity about Herbertian lesson plan form. But definitely students, it is very, very important that students must ask questions. If the students are not asking question, doesn't matter. Teacher must ask and then should arouse the curiosity. So this is vice versa thing in the class which is related to preparation or introduction set or first step of Herbertian based lesson plan. Then did the student teacher correlate the introduction with the lesson? Whatever the introduction you are giving, is it really correlating with the current topic that you are going to teach? Or you are introducing your next lesson plan and you are teaching the previous one? No, it should not be like that. Okay, so this is something done in preparation introduction part, that is first to prepare your students, prepare your pupils to receive new knowledge, arouse their previous knowledge, and introduce the topic briefly, stimulate their curiosity, and correlate the introduction with the lesson plan. This is the Herbertian based lesson plan's first step, that is called preparation and introduction. If you have understood this much, shall we proceed further? Because then you have to answer.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now here comes second step, statement of aim. Archita, please read the questions for me.
Yes, ma'am. Did the student teacher make the statement of the aim? Did the student teacher make the statement of the aim in brief? Did the student teacher state the statement of the aim clearly? Did the student teacher write the title on the blackboard?
Okay. Now I want Mayur Dhwaj to explain all these questions answers one by one in your own words. Because there is
Yes, ma'am.
nothing that you can't explain. Please explain. And I can give another chance to anyone else also. Please, Mayur, start.
Yes, ma'am. So when we first enter the class, so what we have to do, that when we test the previous knowledge of the child's, and when we get the topic from their mind or from their perspective, so it is a duty to the duty of the teacher to tell that what we are going to learn today. So this particular sentence is I think the statement of the teacher. So it should be done because it will give clear idea to the students that what we are going to learn and what kind of knowledge we are going to get today in this class. The second question is, ma'am, that did the student teacher make the statement of aim in brief? So when we try to make the statement of aim, then it should be brief, because if we take a lot of time in explaining that what we are going to learn today, so it may be possible that the lecture become monotonous, or the children's try to feel bored. So it just happens like that. So it should be very brief and it should be very concise, but it should give clear idea to the students that what we are going to get the knowledge of. Next is, ma'am, did the student teacher state the statement of the aim clearly? Sometimes what happened, ma'am, when we try to get the knowledge from the student, when we test uh, when we try to get the knowledge from the students, and after that when we try to find out that what is the topic, so sometimes it happens that we just muggles up a few things, and we are not able to give the clear idea to the students. So it should be very clear. When what you have to do, that when you make the statement of aim, so you have to write it down on a blackboard, or you can loudly speak it, or you can make the students repeat after you, so it can give them a clear statement, that clear idea that this is the topic, and this is what we are going to learn today. And the last question is, ma'am, did the student teacher write the title on the blackboard? I think it is absolutely very important, and it is very compulsory to write the topic on the blackboard, because it
Why?
is being seen by it is being seen by every student, and it will clearly give the idea to the students that yeah, this is the topic, and it can arouse the curiosity in them, and they will be prepared that yeah, this is the topic, and now we will be focusing on that.
Will it really matter if I don't write my topic on the blackboard?
No, ma'am, it is not that much of compulsory, but I think, ma'am, it gives a very clear idea. If you can speak orally, it is good, but if you write it on the blackboard, it is being considered as a skill also, because
Specifically,
you are
I just want to add here, Mayur, specifically if I'm talking about the age level of students, that okay, from at your level, maybe it not having so much importance, but when we are talking about childhood students or adolescent students, then it is little important and very compulsory also.
I think, ma'am, in school education it is compulsory.
Yes, it is compulsory. Yes, Archita, please explain the first two questions. Statement of aim. The second step of Harbertian lesson plan form.
Ma'am, did the student teacher make the statement of the aim? Ma'am, it means when after introductory question, the teacher will announce the topic in class that today we will going to learn this topic, so that student will know that yes, get the clear concept of clear idea that today we are going to learn this topic name. For example, if I'm teaching noun and I've introduced my questions according to and related the related my questions to the topic I'm going to teach, then I'm going to announce that today you will going to learn noun. And ma'am, did the student teacher make the statement of the aim in brief? And I'm going to announce it in brief. I'm not giving the definition of the noun, not explaining what noun means,
Right, right.
what are the types of noun. I'm only giving the statement that today we are going to learn
Yes,
noun. And
that is something, the feeling I'm going to give my students while announcing the statement of aim. अच्छा, आज noun पढ़ेंगे. Okay. अब noun
yes
के
ma'am.
आगे that will go in presentation part. Okay. Very good, Archita. Now, who rest is in my class? Let me see. Vinod, Saurabh. Vinod, Saurabh.
Yes, ma'am.
Saurabh, just please explain the third question, which is related to Harbertian lesson plan form, second step.
How did the student teacher state the statement of the aim clearly?
Saurabh, your voice is not so clear to me, and I don't know about others. मुझे बहुत अच्छी नहीं आ रही है आपकी आवाज.
हम earphone ठीक नहीं.
Yes, please
Hello.
continue. वीडियो
Am
ऑन
I
करके
audible?
आप थोड़ा सा बात करो.
Am I audible?
Not very clearly.
Ma'am, my earphone is not working properly.
Okay, I want to take answer from Vinod. Vinod, unmute yourself and answer. Now he is not here. Just left his phone, or I don't know, laptop. Sakshi,
Yes, ma'am.
yes, please answer third question, statement of aim.
Yes, ma'am. Did the student teacher state the statement of the aim clearly? Ma'am, I think it's very important for the teacher to make it clear that whatever, ma'am, जो भी मतलब टीचर ने स्टेटमेंट दिया है वो बच्चों को क्लियरली समझ में आया है या नहीं आया. अगर क्लियरली समझ में नहीं आया तो आई थिंक उनमें क्यूरियोसिटी डेवलप ही नहीं होगी जानने
नहीं
की
होगी,
कि
एक
टॉपिक.
दूसरे से भी पूछेंगे, सुन आज मैम क्या पढ़ा रही है, सर क्या पढ़ा रहे हैं आज.
यस मैम.
ये भी होगा. Okay. Okay. Then fourth, did the student teacher write the title on blackboard? Ravi Saini. Ravi Saini. For what you have come to my class if you are not answering? Just leave my class. I'm removing. आई रियली डोंट लाइक दिस कि आप क्लास में हो और उसके बाद भी आप कोई मतलब ही नहीं। इज जवान सिंह इन आवर इंग्लिश क्लास? जवान सिंह है क्या हमारी क्लास में? मयूर?
नहीं मैम, नहीं मैम, नहीं मैम।
आज क्या हो गया इन लोगों को?
मैम ये भूले भटके रास्ता भटक गए मैम।
रवि एंड विनोद दोनों को बाहर निकालना पड़ेगा मुझे, तभी ये समझ में आएगी इनको। Okay, so again discussing the same thing, that did the teacher student write the title on the blackboard? I and Mayur have discussed this, that it is very important to write the statement of aim or the topic on the blackboard, because it attracts the students' attention, as well as teacher, it keep focusing on the part of teacher also, that okay, I'm going to teach this much part today. So this is about second step. Now let's have a look on the third step, that is related to the presentation part of the Herbartian based lesson plan. And this, we are going to have these type of activities, and this is in the form of questions that I'm going to read for you all one by one, and just make a tick in your mind that do you do it or not do it. Okay, then I will be taking your responses after I finish this list. Did the student teacher use explanation, illustration wherever necessary? Number one, it means we must use that in presentation part. We cannot present our lesson plan without explanation or illustration. Then did the student teacher use appropriate vocabulary? Vocabulary must be appropriate. It should not be like irrelevant words you are using in the classroom and it is not at all related to your concepts, content, whatever you are teaching. Did the student teacher ask questions? It is very important for the class to be interactive, and for that reason teacher must ask the questions. Without questioning skill, a teacher cannot teach very effectively. So this is very important in the presentation part. The teacher must ask question and student should answer either wrong or right. Teacher will correct it, but teacher must ask the questions. So did the student teacher get appropriate response from pupils, like they are answering or not answering? Like suppose in my class Ravi was not answering, so I remove him from my class, and rest of the students are answering, so they are in my class. Vinod is still not answering. Vinod, I'm again asking. Vinod, last time I'm asking from you. And Sandeep, okay, I have removed him. So did the student teacher take pupils' verbal, non-verbal participation? And did the teacher get appropriate response from pupils? Did the student teacher make use of reinforcement? That is very important when I'm asking question. Good, very good, no, it's okay, fine. This is something reinforcement. And definitely if I'm removing some of the students from my class, this is actually related to reinforcement. Definitely next time they should not be repeating all these things. Did the student teacher do the skillful arrangement, organization of material? Is my content all prepared? Is my PPT prepared? When you are teaching offline, is my content prepared in my mind when I'm drawing something on the board, when I'm writing some steps on the board? So it should be all systematically organized. So did the student teacher use content and logic properly? What you are teaching and how you are presenting it should be connected properly. So did the student teacher make interlinking statements? Interlinking statements are very, very important, which is actually helping you to develop your lesson plan. So when I'm explaining something, so I'm interlinking that. Okay, students, so this is the reason, therefore, that is why. So these are all interlinking statements that a teacher must give while teaching in the class. Did the student teacher associate new facts with old knowledge? It is like compare and contrast, and all the time associating previous knowledge to the new one. So associating facts with old knowledge is very, very important, because you cannot wipe out from students' mind the previous knowledge. You have to brush up all the time. As a teacher, it's your responsibility. Again, I'm taking moral duty from a teacher's side, which Herbartian formula actually applies the most to it. Then did the student teacher motivate the pupil for comparison or observation? Is the teacher motivating student or not? That is very important. Herbartian form of lesson plan always encourages motivation to the students, that students must do it. Did the student teacher lead the pupils to certain principles, conclusions, rules, generalization? They must be able to draw the rules when you have given them enough set of practices, enough set of drills. When you are teaching particularly grammar, you have given them 10 set of questions. Okay, students, do these questions related to conjunctions. So what the kind of conclusion they have drawn from your set of questions, or what principle they have drawn from your content, particularly you are teaching in prose and something else. So did the student teacher help pupils to complete and correct the generalization? Generalization part is very, very important in English language also. When we actually teach from inductive to deductive method, so generalization part actually gives explanation what you have done. So in this way, you are actually justifying your examples, what you have taken, and then generalizing the thing to the others sentences also. So this is very important when you are presenting your lesson. So in nutshell, if you want to follow the Herbartian form of lesson plan, you must have to follow answers of these questions in positive way. Okay, now next is recapitulation. Recapitulation is very important. Recapitulation is something revision. आपने दोहरान किया. So please, Samiksha, please read the questions for me so that we can answer.
Yes, ma'am. Did the student teacher remove writing from the blackboard before asking recapitulation question? Did the student teacher evaluate the pupil's performance? Did the student teacher have revision of knowledge learned in the lesson? Did the student teacher make use of blackboard for writing summary and other purposes?
So all the activities are related to what? Revision, recall, recapitulation. Very, very important. You have introduced your lesson, you have given statement of aim, now you have presented your lesson plan. Now something should be there which is called recapitulation. That is, did the student's teacher remove writing from the blackboard before asking recapitulation question? It is always advised that when you write something on the blackboard, then when you finish your teaching point, rub it, because you are going to ask some questions related to that content, and student must not watch that content which you have just now written on the blackboard. So you have to remove that. Did the student teacher evaluate the pupil's performance? How? By taking oral questions. So did the student teacher have revision of knowledge learned in the lesson? रिविजन होना चाहिए, जो भी नॉलेज ली है उसको सीखी है, दैट शुड बी रिवाइज्ड. Student, if the time is over, please remember you have to do the quiz. I have given the date, I think topic number 21 or 22. Just find out the date. I have marked the date for today's quiz. Okay, so आप कर लीजिएगा उसको. So did the student teacher make use of blackboard for writing summary and other purposes? Sometimes you must have seen some of the teachers, they do lot of blackboard work, and the students do write in their notebooks. And on the contrary, there are some teachers who actually don't even bother to pick up the chalk and write something on the board. So both the situations are extremely opposite. So it should not be like that. Little work should be there, summary work should be there, and for the recapitulation purpose it should be used. And then after, as I have told you, that it should be rubbed as the first teaching point is over. Okay, so this is about recapitulation. So what is the of recapitulation. Please, Mayur, explain in very short.
I think it is like some sort of giving the whole thing in a very brief way to the students, and it is also very important. Recapitulation gives us idea that how much they have learned, or they need some more extra efforts or something like that. If they need, then we have to provide them, and it basically gives us idea that what kind of teaching skills we have to improve if they are not giving us the response. So recapitulation gives the